Breaking news, Tim Walz has been caught in even more disgusting lies. Yesterday, Tim Walz said he was going to jump in the shower, but he actually only stepped into it. Tim Walz said he was going to sneak by someone at his latest rally, but TMZ caught video of him just walking regularly. Tim Walz said he was going to paint the town red with his wife Gwen, but it turns out no buildings were actually painted. He actually lied again that same night, saying that he had two left feet while dancing, but it turns out that he has one left foot and one right foot. This just in, Tim Walz has had more disgusting lies come to the surface. Tim Walz said peace out Girl Scout to his daughter Hope, but Fox News is reporting that Hope was never a Girl Scout. At the grocery store last week, Tim Walz claimed that an item that wouldn't scan was free, but in reality the item was regular price. Tim Walz then told another lie during that same trip when he passed the grocery cart to another shopper and claimed that it was all gassed up, even though grocery carts don't run on gas. Last year, Tim Walz told everyone that he was 59, but this year he's flip-flopped and has been telling everybody he's 60. In March of this year, Tim Walz claimed that the Easter Bunny hid a bunch of eggs in his yard, but video evidence from that day shows that it was actually Tim Walz himself. Yet again, Tim Walz has been caught in more insane lies. Yesterday, Tim Walz was overheard calling his daughter Hope a silly goose, but it turns out that Hope's actually a human. When Tim Walz was late to his recent rally, he claimed that he came in on 2 wheels, but video evidence from that day shows that all 4 wheels were on the ground. Yesterday, Tim Walz said he was going to run to the store, but TMZ photos show that he actually drove. Tim Walz recently offered his friend a penny for their thoughts, but no money exchanged hands after his friend spoke. He actually doubled down on that and offered his 2 cents, but then no payment occurred after he spoke. Last year, Tim Walz left his friend's house and claimed, quote, "catch you later," but to this day, no trust fall has occurred. When Tim Walz received a call from Kamala Harris about becoming the VP nominee, he claimed that he was on cloud 9, but recent evidence shows that he was actually at his house in Minnesota. When we confronted Tim Walz about these allegations, he claimed that he was up a creek without a paddle, but it turns out that he was actually in Pennsylvania today. As always, let me know in the comments if you've heard of any other lies that Tim Walz has told.
For 90 minutes, he stood on that stage repeating buzzword after buzzword in a barrage of bullfuckery in which I have never seen before. For 90 minutes, he ducked, dipped, dodged, and dived every question he could while spewing lie after lie that she calmly and carefully cut down while dog-walking his ass directly into admitting that he has been in Daddy Blatty's lap this entire time.
We don't have enough electricity for ourselves. And now they're talking about putting all the cars on it. Well, doesn't work because the cars don't go far. If you'd like to go from here to, let's say, Washington to look after we fix the Capitol up and make it safe again, which will take approximately, quickly, we're going to bring up electronics, too. Electronics, we buy everything away. When you see the sophistication of the product I just saw at this place, electronics is peanuts by comparison.
By comparison to what?
You take a look at bacon and some of these products, and some people don't eat bacon anymore. And we are going to get the energy prices down. When we get energy down, you know, this was caused by their horrible energy wind. They want wind all over the place. But when it doesn't blow, we have a little problem.
Huh?
Where there's so much water, you don't know what to do with it. You know, it's called rain. It rains a lot in certain places. But no, their idea, you know, did you see the other day? They just I opened it up and they closed it again. I opened it, they closed it. Washing machines to wash your dishes. There's a problem. They don't want you to have any water. They want no water. And I was with...
And you were just listening to former President Trump, and we're going to talk about some of the things he was discussing there.
The transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. And, you know, many of these childs, 15 years later, say, what the hell happened? Who did this to me? They say, who did this to me?
Among the MAGAs, a lack of education is common, leading to a limited understanding of the world around them. This undereducation fuels their reliance on misinformation and conspiracy theories as they struggle to differentiate fact from fiction in their environment.
I was going to vote for Kamala Harris, but at her rally last night, she never even told us whether she'd rather be electrocuted or eaten by sharks. She didn't make fun of or target any marginalized groups, and she didn't even play the victim like everyone's attacking her all the time. She genuinely had fun, and there was so much positive energy. I don't know. I just don't know if I can get behind a candidate like that.
Donald Trump just endorsed Kamala Harris for president. He posted on Truth Social saying, "Criminals for Kamala." So nice of him to give her that endorsement.
Here's a joke for you. What's the difference between an animal and a human? An animal would never pick the dumbest of them to be their leader.
Kamala Harris isn't even remotely qualified to be president. She didn't inherit millions of dollars from her daddy only to go on to bankrupt half a dozen companies. She's never been convicted of defrauding a charitable organization, and she definitely never paid off any porn stars. I mean, she's not even a convicted rapist, for God's sakes. She didn't have her own reality television show. I mean, she never even incited an insurrection or threatened to hang the vice president. She's never even been impeached, not once, let alone twice. Not only is she not a convicted felon, she doesn't even have a misdemeanor on her record. Did I mention that she's not a convicted rapist? Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. All she ever was a district attorney, and then the attorney general in California, and then the senator, and then the vice president. What does she know about politics? She's totally outclassed by Donald Trump. I mean, typical DEI choice. I mean, I could see giving her a shot if she had defrauded at least one charity, but not even one charity. I mean, Trump has 26 sexual assault allegations. Kamala doesn't even have one. Not one. Embarrassing, really.
So I found the name of the school that offers those free sex changes for kids. You're never gonna guess the name of it. It's called Made Up Bullshit That Trump Tells.
So Democrats would like you to know that it's a fact of life your kid might be gay. Republicans would like you to know that it's a fact of life your kid might be shot to death in school.
When a 78-year-old man rants about dog eaters rampaging through Ohio, you have him evaluated by a geriatric neurologist. You don't hand him the nuclear codes.
The biggest threat to America is not immigrants, okay? It's men with concepts of a plan.
But isn't being a childless cat lady basically like a compliment? That's like one of the best types of ladies to be, right?